have some broad idea. So
There's a
do we
bit
take
of
it that
disorder at this side, Manoj, on that point, but we shall presently tell your
Yeah.
lordship. Manoj.
So roughly, Mr. Sibyl, how long would you'd be arguing first?
Yes, Manoj.
After you, who would be arguing, Mr. Sibyl?
Gopal, Manoj.
All right. Mr. Subramaniam is going to be arguing after that. Then Dr.
I think Dr. Dhawan, Manoj.
Now, the time estimate, I would suggest that, we'll give a fairly comprehensive hearing to the first counsel.
That's right.
After that, I think the others can pick up whatever threads remain to be argued, because if we start giving the same amount to second, third, then there'll be no end to it. So once the ground has been covered by the counsel who's argued first, and then after that, the second counsel, then for the others, I think.
Fair enough.
So
we've always adhered to that.
Can we suggest that you can continue until lunch tomorrow, because we're starting right up in the morning?
It will take, Manoj, a little more than that, because we have to go through the history, because this has to be dealt with in a historical context.
All right.
Manoj, let me put it this way. I will try and do it, Manoj. And if your lordships feel, Manoj, that I need a little more time, your lordships.
Absolutely. We are not going to, if we feel that, because our conscience also has to be satisfied that we have heard that side of the matter fully from you.
Mr. Sibyl, in that request, because we have spent hours, 22,000 pages. We're trying to.
That's all right, but we don't have to read all the documents. I mean, that's why written submissions are filed. So, Mr.
A lot of it is historical documents.
That's right. So, but that history is important.
Which is very, I agree, some part of the history is important. But I think not get mired in history only. No, not at all.
Of course.
Your three of the legal proposition to be decided. The three of the lordships have heard this matter once before.
So, Mr.
When we started, it took
Mr. Subramaniam and Mr. Shekhar Nafade have, I shouldn't say built for 8 hours, but at least said that they are going to take 8 hours. So, yes. So, I think the 8 hours and 10 hours for Mr. Subramaniam, I think that's a little bit of an overstatement. I think we'll have to cut down that. And Mr. Nafade, we'll also request you to cut down your submissions.
Can you give 1.5 hours to 2 hours?
So, once.
6 hours.
So we'll start now. What we'll do is.
See, last time, let me say this.
Or if Mr. Ramachandran like what you want, because he has argued past a lot.
No, he argued. He's not now. He's not addressing because the party for whom he is appearing has withdrawn. But the point is, on the last hearing, almost 90% was, at least 3 of us are party to the hearing. In I think about 4 days or so, 4 to 5 days, we had almost finished the hearing of the petition.
Question of the reference on those two judgments.
The difficulty was not the preliminary issue was framed, whether 1960.
No, most parties, I'm sorry, the most parties argued the merits of the matter.
No, they did not.
And some of the people took on themselves to urge the preliminary.
Mr. Ramachandran and Mrs. Zafar Shah, in fact,
They had argued the full length, I remember. I have my notes of that time.
That's correct. That's the recall.
Yes.
And we had argued actually the law point. But then there is a overlapping in the sense that the judgment which has been got previously. No,
Right, let's do this. Let's get down now.
People had fully argued.
4 distinguished
Two
judges
people
have
had
not
fully
heard that.
argued. I remember it distinctly.
We'll let Mr. Sibyl open, and I'm sure by the end of the day, we'll have a good picture.
Because myself, I will not take more than 2 hours. Whenever your lordship speaks, whatever the order.
Look, I'll take little more than that. Not my friend may take 2 hours, but I'll take little more than that.
Look, that Mr. Zafar should.
Your Lordship.
In fact, I remember Mr. Dhawan praising Mr. Zafar Shah in the last proceeding that he had set forth. You are right, absolutely right. 2 of them, Zafar.
I addressed your lordships only on the reference.
You are right. Only Raju Ramchandran and Zafar Shah fully argued the matter.
That's right.
Your Lordship, may I permit me to submit my submission, please? I want to say something to the Honorable Court, please, Your Lordship.
This is an application to your lordships, not in the matter, Manoj. I'm really sorry to do this, but a clarification is needed whether Court 3, my Lord Honorable Justice Bose's bench can hear mentioning, because it's something very urgent that
there's a provision in the latest SOP.
Their lordships are,
There's a
I've just been
There is
there.
a provision in the SOP. Circulate an email. I've said that, however urgent something is, once the mentioning is not available or the mentioning is over, just an email will be put up to me by the registrar listing. I'll pass orders immediately. So you follow, just read the SOP. It has everything in that.
Because
All
it's your lordships and constitution bench.
thing yesterday, every mentioning request which was made until late night yesterday was attended to. I was in fact a little more liberal because I knew that this is going to happen, that we are the first 5 are going to be in a constitution bench. All requests have been granted. If there's something over and above that, the SOP has a provision even for that. Follow the SOP. I'll give you a date immediately.
We'll send that email immediately because there's something very dire.
All right. Yes. So Mr. Sybil will start.
Your Lordship, Your Lordship,
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Your Lordship, am I clear? May I request Your Lordship?
You are
Yes,
very
Mr.
clear,
Sharma.
Mr. Sharma. What do you want to say?
Your Lordship,
Mr. Sharma, I can anticipate what you are saying.
yeah, I want to say,
We are not calling this matter by the name of any individual litigant. We are saying in Article 370. I think that should resolve your problem.
Your Lordship, agreed. My request is only that, of course, I filed the first petition. I have a very serious issue with me. Permit me to argue in the last. I'm not saying allow me first. Permit me to argue in the last.
Yes, of course, Mr. Sharma. Yes.
You will be.
Mr. Attorney, likewise, I think we don't have to, we will also request you, your side also to not overlap and then.
I will not overlap anything. I will not touch any point, whatever are going to be submitted by anyone over here. I have total different
Yes,
things.
Mr. Sharma, we got your point now.
Yes,
Yes.
you will be the last batsman. Yes.
Our
Yeah, but
assessment
give me-
would necessarily be based upon what is argued, what points are formulated, how, etc. And before, my lord, they end, we would, my lord, indicate our time. We have understood, my lord, the concern that there should not be any
Repetitions.
repetition, unwarranted repetition, etc.
Yes, yes.
May it please your lordship.
Point,
Promotion to repetitions.
a point of clarification, Your Lordship. I was appointed nodal counsel. Unfortunately, I'm not able to present as I'm down with conjunctivitis. But repetition civil 1099/2019, in which Mr. Ramchandran was appearing, although 2 parties have withdrawn, there are other petitioners who are still prosecuting this case, and that there will be representation for that as well.
All right.
Lordship,
Yes.
for that point of
Who will
clarification.
be
Thank you.
appearing in that for the remaining petitioners, Mr. Prasanna?
And we are still hoping that Mr. Ramchandran can come. There is
Let us know as
difficulty that is.
Not Mr.
With regard to main petitioners, it's clear, but with regard to interveners, your lordship, nodal officer has given us time.
We'll see about the interveners. Let's first hear the council and then we'll see what remains.
Already the issue, prescribed by the Mr. Prasanna, the nodal officer.
But the court is to decide.
He has suggested the time frames. We'll see. Of course, we'll certainly decide at the end of the, once we have a few of the leading counsel who make their submission, we know what areas still remain. We'll assign some time. Yes, Mr.
Mr.
Subal.
Sibal would be arguing which petition so that we can have the.
Doesn't it's in there 370 now?
No, whom you represent, that's all, so that we can say the pleadings from.
Mr. Loan,
Loan,
yeah,
please.
Akbar Loan, anyway.
Yes.
Malas, this is indeed, Malas, according to me, a historic moment in many ways. First, Malas, that your lordships will be analyzing why history was tossed out on the 6th of August, 2019. Whether the procedure adopted by Parliament was consistent with what democracy stands for. Whether the will of the people of Jammu and Kashmir could be silenced in this fashion. Whether they will be denied a representative form of government through a diktat of the union inconsistent with our constitution. It is also historic because it has taken 5 years for your lordships, Mullahs, to start hearing this case. And for 5 years, Mullahs, there has been no representative government in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It is also historic because you will have to interpret Article 356 of the Constitution of India, an article which seeks to restore democracy. And how did that process? Through an article which sought to restore democracy, you have decimated democracy. Can that be done under Article 356? That the state of Jammu and Kashmir historically represented a very unique relationship, unlike princely states and the states of India which were integrated into the Union. Whether that historic relationship between sovereign authorities could have been jettisoned in this fashion by seeking to amend the Constitution and seeking to efface Article 370.